Hey guys, how's it going? This is BillyEatWorld, and today we're talking about the weapons of Heckler Koch. Heckler Koch is a German manufacturer of small arms which dates back to 1949. HK has its roots in the Mauser company, who were famous for the design of the German service rifles of the two world wars, the Gewehr 98 and later the Kar 98K. Since that time, H&K have been responsible for some of the most iconic military small arms ever designed, including the MP5 submachine gun and the G3 battle rifle. H&K have followed in the footsteps of Mauser and have been the main supplier of small arms to the German armed forces since the 1950s, currently producing the standard assault rifle of the German army, the G36. They also produce weapons for many other military forces around the world, most notably the US Special Operations Command. But anyway, let's take a look at some of H&K's most notable designs. Along with the FN-FAL, the G3 was one of the most popular military battle rifles of the Cold War period. It ended service in 1959 and it still serves in the military forces of many countries today. Alongside the G3, in a time before the widespread adoption of 22 caliber rifle cartridges, the 9mm MP5 submachine gun was regarded as one of the best compact automatic weapons in the Western world. Since it was introduced in 1966, the MP5 has been so successful in fact that it's still found today in the arsenals of many military and law enforcement groups around the world, despite the fact that newer H&K designs like the MP7 and UMP have been designed to replace it. The G3 and the MP5 are both perfect examples of the quality of the Heckler Koch brand, which has flowed through to its current designs, many of which have made an appearance in Battlefield games throughout the years. H&K are one of the most represented brands of weapons in Battlefield 4, producing the M416, G36C, MP7, UMP, 45 Compact and the MG4. In the 90s, they were also responsible for the A2 upgrade to the UK military's inventory of L85s, so technically the L85A2 is also partially a Heckler Koch design. In the recent Battlefield Hardline beta, we saw the return of the G36C, the UMP and the 45 Compact, as well as the introduction of the MG36 light machine gun. No doubt we'll see the return of quite a few more H&K weapons in Hardline, hopefully including the MP5 and the G3. Now, to run you through the whole history of the Heckler Koch brand would take far longer than the time I have available in this video, so what I thought I'd do is run you through a few facts about Heckler Koch that you might not already know. In Battlefield 4 we have access to the UMP9 and the harder hitting UMP45. These two weapons fire a 9mm round and a 45 ACP round respectively, but what you may not know is that probably more popular than these two variants is the UMP40, which fires the 40 caliber Smith & Wesson round. In terms of power and recoil, the UMP40 essentially falls somewhere between the UMP9 and the UMP45 and is commonly used by law enforcement agencies around the world, alongside or as a replacement for the MP5. A fact that you might not know about the G36C and the MG36 is that they're actually the same basic design. One of the hallmarks of H&K designs is the range of different variants that they produce from just one design. The G36C is basically the carbine variant of the G36 assault rifle, and the MG36 is the light machine gun variant. As well as a range of different variants, H&K are also known for producing modular designs that can be easily converted into other variants. The UMP, like I mentioned before, can be converted in about 5 minutes into any of the other calibers by replacing the barrel and a few other key parts. Another example of this is the HK417, which featured in Battlefield 3. This 7.62 battle rifle can be converted from its standard DMR configuration to either a short-barreled carbine variant or a long-barreled sniper variant. It's actually possible for a soldier on the ground to carry different barrels for this weapon, to adapt the weapon system specifically for every engagement. And speaking of the HK417, what you may not actually realise is that the 417 is actually a large caliber variant of the 416 featured in Battlefield 4. The M416 found in BF4 is the assault rifle variant, but originally this weapon was designed as an alternative to the standard carbine of the US military, the Colt M4. Typical of HK weapons, as well as having carbine, assault rifle and DMR variants, it's also produced as a light machine gun, which is commonly known by its US Marine Corps designation as the M27 IAR. The M27 featured in Battlefield 3, alongside another popular H&K variant, the MP5K, known in BF4 as the M5K. The MP5K is basically a short-barreled, ultra-compact version of the MP5, without a stock and with a higher rate of fire. And last but not least, another interesting fact that you may not know about the MP7 is that it uses its own special type of ammo. It fires a 4.6x30mm rounds, which is half as wide as the 9mm cartridge fired by the MP5, but about 1.5 times longer. A longer case length means more energy, and considering it's firing a smaller bullet, it has a muzzle velocity almost as fast as the 5.56 NATO rounds, and is able to penetrate body armour much better than the 9mm cartridge. In a sense, like the UMP, the MP7 was also designed to achieve greater penetration than the MP5, but rather than doing it with the brute force of a bigger commercially available cartridge, it does it with a smaller custom designed round. But anyway, to finish up this video, I want to throw you guys a quick question. What's your favourite H&K weapon in Battlefield 4, and what H&K weapons would you like to see return in Battlefield Hardline? Let me know what you think of this iconic brand and what your choice would be in the comment section below. But anyway, that just about wraps it up, and as always, if you like what you see, please remember to like, comment and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please check out all my other Battlefield 4 videos. I've got them all linked in a playlist in the description below. But until next time guys, see you later and have a good one.